Ayan. Hello, everyone. Who's here in my live? Good evening. Hey there. No ads? Oh, yes. Wait. I have to put an ad first. Okay, let me see. It must be in Chrome. Okay, hold on. We have 4. Hello, lalabs. Mega love shout out, lalabs. Ayan. Lagyan ko muna siya ng harang. Or it's okay, kahit wala siyang harang. YouTube Studio. Ayan. Home KTV, hello, mega love shout out, guys. Ayan. Sino mga gustong umuwi sa Pilipinas? Okay, never mind the harang. Mamaya na ako maglagay ng harang. So, may piniplay ako dito, guys, na ano. And, piniplay ko itong mga maingay itong Facebook. Ayan, Frank Evans, mega love shout out. Ayan. Hello, Frank Evans. Hello, mega love shout out, everyone. Ayan. How's everyone? Tanggalin muna natin siya. Lalabs, kumusta? Ayan, mega love shout out, everyone. How are you doing, everyone? I randomly saw your live. Oh, thank you, Thank you, KTV. You can drop your link, guys. Just type HK here. Ayan, Frank Evans, how are you doing? Hola, Frank Evans from the Loves, Hazy Cheesy. Ayan. I decided to go live for a while, even 1 hour today. It's like I'm so bothered about the situation here in Hong Kong. Yan, just type HK yan. Frank Evans drop his link. Nightbot drop his link. I'm so bothered about the situation here because just few minutes ago, my employers told me about the situation here. So it's 27K, 26K, more than 26K today. So let me remove this screen first. Okay, stop the screen. So hi, hello, mega love shout out everyone. Sissy Deb, mega love shout out. Good evening. Hindi na naman ako nakapunta sa'yo, Sissy Deb. Ayan. So, ayan nga. Nakakabahala na yung sitwasyon dito. Alam nyo. Kasi 3 weeks I didn't go out because of this COVID. And now we have 26,000 confirmed cases. It's so bothering and it's so scary to go outside. Hello, Magalab. Shout out my heart. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the like, Miss Heart, Miss Deborah. Hi, both of you. And from Robert Tripor. Ayan. So, ayan. At Robert Tripor, hello from Miss Heart Jaspar. So, I hope everyone is okay wherever you are. Stay. Yeah, yeah, see, my heart. So, I stayed home for almost 3 weeks. I didn't. Hello, my friend Andy. Thank you so much for coming. So it's really, even I didn't, even we didn't go out, but because here in our place, in our building, I guess we have 34 cases. So it's like, oh my gosh, there is no place to hide here in Hong Kong. Anywhere here in Hong Kong got COVID. And you can't realize you got this COVID because it's just like a flu, just a normal flu. If others can say it's just a normal, but it's not. Andy If hello mate from Robert Chibor. Hello brother Andy Praiser from CC Dev. So imagine Hong Kong is in the news for being in a COVID surge. Miss Heart, hello baby. Oh, how sweet. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you, my friend Andy, for coming. Dito sa phone ko, ano lang, 7 million residents in Hong Kong. 7 million and, 26,000 is not the highest because for the next 2 weeks, it will go up more, 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 more. This is expected because a lot of people and this coming March, they will started some China doctors already here to conduct a massive vaccination for those who are not vaccinated. And everyone, it is compulsory here in Hong Kong to have check everyone here. So I'm going to undergo another check again this March, I guess. Maki Love TV, Mega Love, shout out. Yeah, first time here in my life or since you were here before. So thank you so much for coming, everyone. Oh my gosh, when I get sick 2 weeks ago, I was really scared and like suddenly I got the flu. But I didn't feel anything like headache or any symptoms. Just suddenly got a flu. And even if I'm wearing mask, oh my goodness, the water from my nose kept on coming out. Premise kept on coming out from my nose. And I went to the doctor just to make sure that I'm still okay. So the doctor asked me to have this COVID test. And unfortunately, I got the result only yesterday. Imagine that. Only yesterday. And it's no use because oh yeah, that's why I remember you, Maki of TV. Thank you for coming again. So yeah, from China, China is zero COVID. Uh, they are free from COVID. So those doctors that come here in Hong Kong, they are from China and they are the one who will conduct the massive vaccination here. Baka po maibigang manood po ng baha po sa Singapore. Oh, merong baha sa Singapore? Flooding? Oh, Makil of TV says there is flooding in Singapore and that's what he dropped here. So let me see. Hi, hello guys. Pray for Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, that's the other thing that happened in this world. The Ukraine and the Russian invaded Ukraine. And that's so bad. They will not stop in Ukraine. I think after this they will still go on other country. Yeah, they started to get worried about Hong Kong still. Hong Kong is a part of China. So Hong Kong now is using the same method that China used in order to be free from COVID. So this is really disturbing, guys. And there's a lot of Filipinos who just terminated because they are positive of this COVID. But this is not allowed. This is not a human. This is inhuman. When they started to find out those helpers who got this COVID. This is not our fault. Ukraine, the thing we don't know what the US will do. I think US is in favor of Ukraine or Russia. We don't owe Russia anything. I feel for yeah, because what I have read and watched. I watched a short video about this Ukraine and Russia. So what I get this from this video was Ukraine was a member of NATO and Russia is not. So once one country is a member of NATO, whatever it sounds like, it will be the force when they join together. The force is really strong. So maybe Russia is afraid that once NATO Ukraine get a problem, and then they will be masked by Ukraine. So they they get a forced move and invading this poor country. Not poor. Yeah, Ukraine is a member of NATO. If they are attacked, the others will defend it. Yeah, that's why Russia started the war. So let's see what will happen after this. Just pray for both of them to be. But a lot of people already. It's so bad to see those people who are crying, who lost their home, who lost. Oh my gosh! I've been once in a war. That's why I feel for Ukraine, because I feel the same thing when I was in Syria. When Syria get this civil war against the terrorists. Yeah. Ukraine is a member of NATO, so they scared that uh, when other members of NATO join forces, so they will be defeated. So get they get a first step. They started, so they let's see. Seems Russia is not really didn't think they are trying to leave Ukraine for Poland. Is Poland is just neighborhood, right? Yeah, Ukraine has a nuclear. That's why Russian government want to get that to add their military forces. That is so bad. It's this Russia. But anyway, I'm more concerned about ourselves. I'm more, I'm more concerned about what's happening here because I'm here. But anyway, let's just pray for Ukraine. Hope not a lot of people will get involved and die for this war. So they are heartless people. Russia is heartless people. Russia's president is heartless. He don't think about those poor people that will get involved and die in this war. They're just thinking about themselves. They're thinking about the power that they will get from Ukraine. They are what do you call this? Greedy people. They want more power. Russia is powerful. Russia is already powerful, but he wants more. Russia's president is a manic. That guy, I saw his picture and oh my gosh, this is the this is the president of Russia. Philippines will get affected also to Russia and Ukraine if they started the war. Yeah, that's what I've watched my heart because Russia, Ukraine or Russia is one of those who own a very large uh oil. for what I have read this morning. Yeah, they are powerful and they want more power. So that's why they invade other country. So if this happens, so Philippines will get affected as well because the oil will get higher, the price will get more higher than before. And some because we are imported some oil from Russia, I guess. Can you hear the noise from this notification? I think I have to how to mute notification from the laptop. I think they are the labs. I just read from one of the blogger this morning. Yeah, price register. That's right. I just read this morning and just watched the video. And they said the Ukraine is a part of is a member of NATO. The whole world has gone crazy in the last 2 to 3 years. Countries easing about ozone layers. Never knew about all this climate crap when I was younger. Beat me to it. Yes. Mi amor, si Ukraine is a member. Yeah, Ukraine is not really. Let me let me see. As far as let me see. Let me see here. Let me ask Mr. Google. As I just read this morning. Um, oh, you see this, guys, on June 12, 2020. I just from Google. Ukraine joined NATO's enhanced opportunity partner. So they are a member already. According to official NATO statement, the new status does not prejudge any decision on NATO membership. So news about so they are now a statement by NATO heads of state government on Russia's attack on Ukraine. Huh? Why is Ukraine not in NATO and it's too late to join? Why it's too late to join? So they are just new in NATO. I have seen here why is Ukraine not in NATO and it's too late to join. Here's what expert net. Oh, and how NATO is responding to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Oh, now NATO to deploy thousands of commandos to nations near Ukraine. They are 30 countries members of NATO. I thought they were. Yeah, I thought I just read this morning. I thought they were members. What the heck? This notification from. I think I have to remove. I will remove. I think I have to remove Messenger in my laptop. Very noisy. Wait. Uh-huh. I thought they were. Oh, now they are. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I will remove. I will remove because it's very noisy. It's very noisy. Let me remove. Uh-huh. Where is it? Yeah, I read also on some news. Yeah, just read this morning. They are part. They are part of NATO. Mr. Tisang Mamigalab, shout out, bro. Thank you so much for popping in. How are you doing? So, ayan. So, Miss Heart, my heart, kumusta dyan sa, kamusta dyan sa 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 Kuwait. Parang namamaga yung pisngi ko, my heart. Parang tumataba na naman si ako. 'Di ba, oh, mataba na naman ako. I'm chubby-chubby now. Look at my face, it's getting bigger. Hindi, I'm baking bitter. I'm become chubby-chubby. Though we have a lot of virus here, I'm getting chubby-chubby. I eat a lot now. I don't care about chubby-chubby. Oh my gosh, it's very stressful, no? Especially here, you got a lot of COVID, and the NATO and Russia are fighting. My goodness, what's happened to the world? Is this the end of the world? Did you hear the sound of this? Yukin ko channel. Hello, hello. Ito lagi tong ano. Pagpasok niya, may bit-bit na talaga siyang link. Tatanggalan ko to ng brief. Tatanggalan ko to ng brief, my heart. NATO allies to provide more weapons to Ukraine. But still, you see, but NATO is still willing to help Ukraine. Home KTV. Tatanggalan ko to ng brief. Kasi basta talaga siya pumasok, may bit-bit na siyang ano, hindi mo na siya nagpapaalam. Tatanggalan ko 'to ng ano. So guys, just drop your link guys. Teka lang, sabi ko tatanggalan ko ng ano ito, tatanggalin ko itong messenger ko sa ano, dito sa laptop ko. So Ukraine is in but this morning, I just really read this morning is a part, but some says why it's too late to join. Why Russia is not in NATO? I don't care about Russia. Yeah, that's what I read. I read. So this one, we have met today to discuss the gravest threat to Europe. Invasion of Ukraine enabled by Belarus. We call on Russia to immediate. So it has been planned to attack Russia according to this long planned attack on Ukraine, an independent, peaceful, and democratic country, is brutal and wholly unprovoked and unjustified, according to NATO's statement. If Ukraine is member of NATO, US will support the war. I think US is in favor of Russia because they as far as what I read in the past, I don't know now. Russia bears full responsibility for this conflict. It has rejected the path of diplomacy and dialogue. Yeah, what I read also this morning, it is against they have something like Russia. Uh, what Russia did is what do you call unreservedly accountable for the action. We call this is to condemn the unconscionable principles in the NATO Russia Founding Act. This Putin, yeah, the name of the president of Russia is Putin. Putin. He's really mean. Robert Ribot, what I am seeing, they joined in 2020. Oh yeah, that's what I also read here, right? They joined in 2020. Wait. I have to remove. I have to remove. Oh no, not. I have to remove this. I want to remove this. I want to uninstall in my PC. Anyone in Eastern Europe get out now because Russia ain't gonna stop at just the Ukraine. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm a member. I'm a member naman. I have to remove this. Okay. I'm going to remove. I need to remove in the. mm, I need to remove in this. Hold on, guys, because I heard this messenger. I want to uninstall it from my PC. Okay, uninstalled. Okay. I don't want you here. Okay, done. You stay in my phone. Ayan, Chino Grijalba, mega love shout out. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming. Roberto, what I am seeing. Okay, I already have read that one. Hello, hello. Thank you so much, bro, for coming in. So this is, every time, every morning I woke, why? I already removed this. Why I'm still hearing this. I already removed Facebook. Facebook. So let me remove as well this Facebook here. Hey, Lone Wolf, mega love shout out. Thank you for coming. It's been a long time I didn't see you. Seems okay. I'm back. Hello again. Hello again. Hello, Yahoo! Sissy Yads, mega love shout out. Thank you for coming. Ayan. Ayan, hi, Wall from Andy. Hello, hello, mega love shout out, everyone. Hi, Andy from Wall. NATO finally comes to Ukraine's aid with response force debut. Members sent arms ammunition. Hello, sis Heart from Sissy Yads. Ayan. Yeah, if Ukraine is already part of NATO, then NATO will support all the way to Ukraine. Hi, Heart from Lone Wolf. At Chat Samudya Vlogs. Hi, sister. May vlogs na yung dulo ng ano mo, sis Yads, ng iyong channel. Anyway, speaking of channel, because I cannot go anywhere, I always stay at home nowadays. I cannot vlog, I cannot do anything, I cannot shoot some videos. So for the meantime, I guess, not for the meantime, because I'm already a member of charity vloggers, charity vlogs. So I have a little twist in my channel. So I'm going to make more on reactions now. Maybe I will start, maybe later I will start doing it and uh, premiere tomorrow. So because it's really hard for me to make a video and make a premiere. It's really difficult for me nowadays. So I'm going to do more on reactions from other. But anyway, even Ukraine is not a part of NATO. The NATO will still help them. I read that now. 4 minutes posted it. Yeah, according here, they still willing to help. Anyway, not only, even in some other countries not a member of NATO, they still willing to help. Ayan. Hi, brother Chino Grijalva from Sisiyats Amodia. So, it's so disturbing, no? And I'm so also, I'm, and this, mhm. Let me remove also this. How can I remove Facebook here? So maybe later I will remove. I am hoping to do more live streams over next weekend. Live streaming, I cannot, you know, if I do it every night because I really don't have time on during daytime. My employers are working at home and I don't have really time to do any live or, something. Only maybe at night time. But sometimes I feel so tired, so I cannot do live. Miguel love shout out to all here. Hello, my friend. Good night. Hello, Boda Nasser. Miguel love shout out to you. So what I'm doing next is to do some reactions. First of all, it's not while I cannot go out to shoot some videos for my channel. So that's a little bit twist. Let's put some twist on my channel. Hello, Gwapayad Samodya Vlogs. Ayan. Thank you, Boda Nasser, for coming. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. But let me say sorry, everyone, for not supporting you these days. Hope you understand that I'm not always in YouTube and I'm not doing. If you can notice, I'm not doing any live streaming except during Sunday, during my off. Is impressed with the channels that live stream in the mornings and at night. This is the only time that I can do live wall loan because I don't have much time. So this I don't even and I just suddenly think, oh, I have to go live. I just want to let because I can talk to anyone about, like, though I have some growth, but I'm not always there to say, oh, Hong Kong is very bad. Hong Kong. But Hong Kong is really bad nowadays, guys. We have in COVID surge and we have 26,000 confirmed cases today. So we started in just 14 days we have this very high uh, number of COVID. And this is the first time here in Hong Kong. Hello, it's from Chino Grijalva. Ayan. Hello, Cheesy. There are times I could do a live stream and choose to relax. Yeah, you know, I really miss doing lives. I miss talking with you guys. I miss, hope this war will end in Jesus' name. Yeah, home KTV. Hope it will end soon. Syria is still in war. Still have war there. But at least it's not the whole nation. It's not the whole Syria. There are just like like one province in Syria that didn't stop. Daddy Lone Wolf loves relaxing. Yeah, I know. I know you like relaxing. And even in the snow, you are camping. Even the snow. According to the leader here of this country, they will not totally go for lockdown. They will just want all people here get the vaccine. And they started, you know, even this really young children may have to get this vaccine. So my alaga here is only 4 years old and he will get his vaccine on next Saturday. So imagine 4 year old. They are they have to be vaccinated. Matchin Sisi, hi! Kumusta? Kumusta, Sisi? It's been a long while. In is my middle name. Sometimes I think relaxing is Lone Wolf. They will not really go for lockdown. just, and they believe that after this COVID surge, so it's like everyone here in Hong Kong will get this COVID and then suddenly gone. I think this is the only way they see these days. Become not sure I agree with kids getting this. It's not really good. In Philippines, there are some cases in Philippines that kids who get this vaccine, some died. And here I ask my boss, some adults when they get vaccinated, they feel something in their body, unusual thing that they feel inside their body, and how much more the kids in their very young age they will get this vaccine. And what she said was, um they reduce the amount of the vaccine, like when you are adult you get the full, right? But on for the kids they will give maybe three-fourth of that vaccine, the content of the vaccine. Okay lang ba? Ay, nagmam ka na naman dyan. They say kids were pretty much immune from this. I feel, I feel pity for those kids that will get this vaccine, because their body is so young to have this kind of vaccine. My goodness. If I have a very young kids like 4-year old, I will not allow this. But they say this is the only thing, because the Hong Kong government and China think this is the only way to get rid of this COVID. Must be vaccinated, everyone without exemption. And it's so disturbing, It's like this is crazy. I never been felt some I'm so scared, I'm so scared of this. Si Alma, kumusta diyan sa sa Taiwan? How's the situation of COVID there in Taiwan? But you can still catch it even with the vaccine. But with the vaccine, it's quite different, my friend. When you are vaccinated and you get this flu, it will not stay longer on your body. I think I suspected when I last 3 weeks ago now, that when I get suddenly this flu, I just think about it. I just thought I had this COVID, this Omicron, but because I'm vaccinated, I get doses of this vaccine, so I feel like I'm protected. Though I get this suddenly I get this flu without a without any permission. Suddenly, just one day I feel like hachi one, how just two times, and then the next day, oh my goodness, I have this non-stop running from my nose. I would be afraid of it. Just be careful. Dadalo notice excited for April because I'm heading to southern part of Mexico, to celebrate my 30th wedding anniversary. Hopefully I have time to live stream during my trip. Wow. Wow. Congratulations for your 30th wedding anniversary. Wow, 30 years. I'm I'm 27th, running to 28. What they are talking about in the group? Ayan, stay home. Thank you, Sisi. Kumusta diyan sa Taiwan, Sisi, ang COVID? It's so disturbing, COVID. Oh my goodness, every day I don't want to read some news. Even my employers, they don't want to see any news, but they get it from friends. And they told them, oh, you know what? We have 27,000 confirmed cases today. And some of the relatives got confirmed as well. So it's really better to stay at home, though it's really boring life. Imagine 3 weeks at home. And it's not really. I'm 53 years old, but some folks I work with thought I was between 30s and 40. Oh, come on, Lone. There you are again. So, hindi na masyado yung COVID dyan. Yeah, we started, 14 days ago, we started in, like 600 a day. And then day by day, it was go up, and then become 1K, 2K. And then yesterday it was only 17. And now, to my surprise, it is 20, not 20, not exact 27 now. It's 26 something. And oh my God, is it true? Because I never been, I think even in some other countries, I didn't, or maybe in US, those big countries, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't relate, Phil. I'm about 25. Lone wolf. You always lift up yourself, Lone. And every member of this family, from grandma, grandpa, so they are very scared as well. And I didn't go to market. I didn't go to market for 3 weeks as well. So because my employer said if I get confirmed, I don't want everyone to get confirmed. No one will take care of us. I hardly have almost no gray. So those who are not, in UK, as far as I know, UK is not, they are not, and Australia, I think they are started to get rid of this COVID, of this COVID, yeah. They are now going to any place they can go out, but still have mask. But I think in UK, some of them are not wearing mask. What? Oh, Andy's asking you, Lone, what is your secret? Why you didn't have this gray, or what's your secret? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring. If I have a special someone, what do you think? Do I have? Guess what? Do I have a special someone in my life? Do I have a special someone in my life? Don't you like to come up here? Let me let me let me drop copy. Full screen. Ayan. Let me see here in my phone. Uh-huh. Sign into Katana. I don't like. Either that or my internet success. It's my connection, my friend. It's my connection. I think I think it's genetics, and also I have a lifestyle that focuses on making the most of my time, and I'm blessed with good family and friends. Yeah, it's true. When you are not stressed, you feel young. Let me drop the link. So anyone wants to come up, please come up. Where is my? I'm also big on relaxing on my days off, so that's good. Oh, ups, 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 ups. This is not. Where is my? Ayan. Okay na my heart, okay na yung mga ano mo, my heart. Okay na yung mga employer, yung mga boss mo. Copy, copyright, and paste. Here you go, Lone. You can go up if you want. Miss. Okay. Bit. Salaram Gamer, hello. Hello, Ma Made with Love by Stella. Good morning to you. Yeah, yeah. Wait. It's not coming yet. Chinkanta, ayan. So, ayan, stay at home. Good afternoon. Mega love shout. Oh, it's afternoon with you. Hey, Lon, da. Look at the StreamYard here, Lon. You can use the StreamYard. So, how is everyone? How are you, Mom, Stella? So it's good. It's afternoon there, and it's 8:44 here. So ayan, we're just talking about we're just talking about the Ukraine. We're talking about the NATO, the Russia, and last of all, the concern of all the people here in Hong Kong is the COVID. You froze for 20 seconds. Yeah, because of my connection. It's my connection from my phone go to my laptop. It was disconnected from my phone. And again, yeah, I am not okay. I am okay. It's 13:44 here in Eastern Europe, Hungary. Oh, okay. We also we also got some problem in for our foods. Not really a problem, but the price gets more higher than usual, and we don't have fresh meat. We don't have fresh beef, pork. So we're all buying frozen now because of those the slaughters area are infected and they have to clean it. And the prices of the vegetables, oh my god, is really, really high. Oh, that's good to hear that. It's good to hear that here is not good. Oh, really? So that's why she said the border. So I hope your country will take an action to keep you safe there in Hungary. It's just the border. Oh my God. Or maybe some other people from Ukraine will go to your place and hide. So what if they leave some people leave Ukraine. So where their device not connected. Oh, hey, there you go.
Hey, I'm having me. I just ate a peanut butter and jelly toasted sandwich, and now I'm having a glass of milk.
Oh wow. Milk. You are big enough to drink milk all the Rose Bus official. Hello, 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 hello. Why this is not moving? Wait, wait, guys. I have to refresh my phone. Yeah, it's not moving.
Man,
Okay.
I haven't live streamed with you in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to you, Rose Buzz official. Thank you so much for coming, sis. Hindi gumagalaw ang aking phone. I don't know why. Hindi siya gumagalaw. So how are you, Lone? JR.
I'm doing good. I've been really busy with friends and family and work, but lately I've found where I could probably either do a video or could do a live stream. I've chose to relax instead of do
Oh,
that.
wow. That's good for you. Oh,
Yeah.
Ma'am Stella says the men are not permitted to leave. They are sent. Huh? Oh my gosh. So
Sometimes,
what if your husband and then you have to leave that place where there is war and the government's okay, you are not allowed, you go back. You just let your family go out of this country.
wow,
So it's
that's
quite you know,
that's a
it's a
scary
scary.
situation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If I was, if I'm the wife of that one of those men, I think I will not live as well.
I think I would send my little family to safety. Why, or I'd go with my family if I'm allowed to, and then if I'm not, I'll tell them to weaponize me so I can fight.
They are
but
sent
I,
back at the border. Oh,
but I definitely send my family to safety if I was able to.
oh, that's what those men did. But you know how's the family survive without the head of the family?
hmm I, you know what? It's really weird. I think in our modern age with all of our technology, you think two countries would put their heads together and try not to even do war anymore because war is a very messy affair. And a lot of nations should always do their utmost to try never to go to war if they can, if it's at all possible. But
Yes.
one of the ways the world could
Oh.
keep one of the ways I think the world could keep really good peace
Mhm.
is like when Kuwait got swallowed up by Iraq. All the coalition of nations combined it together. At least the majority of them did, and they kicked Iraq out of Kuwait.
I think
So
they
I
will.
so I think if more of the nations had a really strong political will and really showed physical force, because sometimes you have to show physical force to show you mean business. I think it's going to take more than just sanctions. But I know why they use sanctions. It's to really sting the other country and to get them to. I think the reason behind sanctions
Hi, Ellie.
is to
Intimas noon.
you'll really feel the pain economically, and so I think that's the reason they that. But they probably should have did the sanctions a little earlier before, and they shouldn't have waited till things got started.
I think Russia's been planning this for years to attack Ukraine.
Yep. Um, yeah, it's really. I don't know what all they gain from it, you know. But I know if the world doesn't draw a line in the sand, it could just embolden other countries to start swallowing up other smaller countries again. So that would be a very bad turn of events if the world headed in that direction. Because all you need to do is go study back in history, World War One and Two, and they were horrible things happened during those time periods. So
Yeah, a
if
lot
the
of
world wants to
people
stay
says
out,
it.
yeah,
A lot of people says it's like the start of World War III. Oh my gosh.
well, it could escalate into it if the world's not careful, could escalate into that. Right now, I think we're pretty far away from that. But like I said, they should have did the sanctions earlier instead of waiting until something actually happened. Uh,
They do not care about sanction. They are used to it.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Oh,
that's the
really,
other
Mao?
problem. Yeah, they are used to it. But anyways, the show of force, I think, would really bring things to the head because I notice whenever countries do like this, and then the rest of the world shows force, they usually all of a sudden want to discuss it and get out of the situation. So I think they really need to show force. I mean, they,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. We cannot go
they,
into help unless we are attacked. So really, Ukraine is not yet a part of a NATO. So I
yeah,
thought,
yeah. It's even though it's not, the fact that it's an independent country is important to the
yeah,
world's
it's
nations. Yeah,
so, but still, NATO is still,
but
is
I think,
extending
yeah, yeah.
their help to Ukraine.
Yeah, I think Russia needs to really spell out why they did the things that they did, and I still think Russia could have got what it wanted without having to do uh, physical force stuff. I
Yeah,
just,
the only thing I see from here is they still
oh
want they
yeah,
are now powerful, but they still want power.
by trying to swallow up another country, all they did is piss off the other countries. That's all Russia did. I don't think they really thought about it. They should have really thought about it. But you know what's weird? There there's a lot of marriages between Ukrainians and Russians. And so a lot of these Russians, there were tons of protests in Moscow protesting the war already. Plenty of
Oh,
Russians protesting the war. They didn't want their government to go to war or even do this.
NATO's NATO's charter prohibits to go in unless NATO nation is attacked.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, where America's surrounding its troops around the other NATO nations in case it tries to spill over. Now that would be a big mistake on the Russians' part because then the gloves come off between
Yeah,
the
of
countries.
course. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think. I hope Russia's not that stupid.
because
Uh,
because there
Cause
there are 30s, more than 30s, or
yeah,
just 30s
yeah,
nations
I'm, yeah.
members of this NATO.
It'd be really stupid to piss America off because we're not known for we're known for doing really big acts to end the war fast, and I don't think Russia wants
Hello,
none of
Kasanga
that.
Mix TV. Mega love shout out, sis. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I hope Russia's smart enough not to let it spill over into the other NATO nations because there'll be a big.
Magandang gabi, Lods. Magandang gabi.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to speak English here, Sisi, because of this our guest here and some of the guests here in the chat. They are foreigners, so I used to talk in English here.
I will say this though: Russia's trying to do. It looks like they're trying to be as careful with. Of course, there's been some instances where it doesn't look like they're being careful with the civilian population, but if they are trying to be careful not to hurt the civilian population, then that's pretty smart on Russia to do
Our
so.
troops.
So
Also, you. your military, your the military from your place, madam, is already there, ready for. They are already in the border, so it means that they
Yeah,
are ready anytime
yeah,
if this
it,
Russia also attack the nearby
yeah,
country.
yeah. Anytime, or yeah,
So bad.
if Russia ends up hitting any kind of civilians, there it'll just make the world. Uh, Russia's got to know the world's not going to be able to stomach that very well if civilians are hurt. So yeah, I think that's impossible to have a clean war. That's why that's another good reason not to invade another country because it's almost impossible not to get civilian casualties. It's
Oh my gosh.
and what's weird, there's probably some Russians that live in Korea in in there. So
I still, every time I hear the war, I still remember the times when I was in Syria, when I
oh yeah,
dropped in a war. And
yeah,
every time I feel like, oh my gosh, I still know the feeling. I still
yeah.
feel the feeling of being trapped in a
Well,
war.
war should be a last resort, and you know we live in such a technological age. We shouldn't even allow it to come to that point anymore.
Oh, you see, many civilians have died already. Oh my gosh. Let
Yeah,
me
the mo-
share.
yeah,
Can,
if Russia's got to know the world will get really up. The more, if there's any more cases of civilians getting hurt, the world's, uh, yeah, Russia can get in really trouble with all the nation states. Right now, the nation states are not happy with what Russia's doing right now. So, and I really don't know what Russia's trying to achieve by doing what
okay,
they've been doing.
according to this, it's from Philippines news. And how many? Oh, just one day ago, there are 137 listed died in the war. I think it's not
Hmm.
only 137. Maybe
There's
Ukraine will split.
I heard of one case that people thought maybe Putin's trying to make bring back the old all the territories that the Soviet Union used to cover. I heard one of the reports that maybe that's what the motivation is.
Oh, nobody helped Hungary in 1956. Nobody wants to help now either. Oh, that's sad.
I think the worry is that he wouldn't stop at just Ukraine. I think that's the worry. That's why NATO mobilized and why we started surrounding the other our fellow NATO states. I think that's why we were started covering those countries because we were afraid Russia was going to try and go past the country that it invaded. But like I
It's
said,
it's it's
yeah. Well, here's the thing: the ball is in Putin's court now that he's invaded that country. He's now responding. You know what? If he does too many crazy things, he could end up becoming a war criminal, and then he could be in really big trouble with the world. So
and I guess Russia will not stop in Ukraine after this. But
well, they
maybe
only
but maybe before it
yeah,
happens, before they
yeah,
attack another one, maybe
it,
NATO will do something about it.
yeah. He, Putin's got to be very careful because you don't want to end up becoming a war criminal. Because then, if you're caught across country, you can end up getting sent to the Hague and tried for war crimes.
Yeah, hopefully they will sit
Yeah,
down and talk.
yeah.
He does not care.
Uh, right now, he's really pissing, and I don't. It's so funny. It looks like he wanted to engage in the world stage, and I think this is the most terrible way to engage in it to try and swallow up another independent country. So it's now I did see one thing on social media that talked about I guess before they invaded or way before they even put troops on the border, I guess Russia was trying to get them to open some kind of water access thing and so I think that was one of the rubs. Ukraine was had dammed up this one water source that was feeding other areas water, And so what's weird is if this thing ends up being over water, that will be kind of wild if that's what caused this. So, but I don't know for sure if that's what caused it. But
Did
if it's one of the factors, that'll be a trip
yeah, it's
because it's
oh,
so it could be over water resources, which will be wild if that's what it is. But I guess now Ukraine knows Russia was serious now that they've invaded. But like I said, anytime any civilians get killed while they're doing their thing in Ukraine, it's going to put Russia in more and more hot water with the rest of the world.
in
They,
Crimea.
yeah,
Is
they
it in
got to know.
Crimea?
I saw a cool TikTok post of a Ukrainian Russian driving together, talking
Mm-hmm.
about how their families are connected through marriage, and the Russian guy was urging the Russian people to put pressure on its own government to stop the war or to stop the invasion of it.
It must be all the people, not only one people.
Oh no, there were
Well,
tons of. I guess there were tons of people in Moscow protesting. Huge crowds were in Moscow
that's
protesting the war. So
so. But I think Putin will not listen. He's
so
very in.
wi-
He's very determined
right,
to get Ukraine.
yeah. Well, that's gotta that's gotta have an impact though when your countrymen are telling you they're upset at your actions. You know, even though he's running the country, that's got to be some kind of pressure though, because I mean the people are already saying they're not convinced that it was necessary to invade that country. So now he's getting pressure from within his own country that the people do not like it. So, but like you said, he may keep going forward with it. But still, it's a factor though. The Russian people are definitely telling their leaders they don't have a stomach for it. Or
Yeah.
yeah, American people, we have a history of that too, of protesting wars as well. So we don't. Most Americans don't like going into other countries either. So I support the Russian people in that. That's kind of cool that they also don't want to go into other countries.
Yeah, when a world leader shows weakness, other leader will use that and attack. Yeah, they will take advantage of this modern.
See, I think if Trump was in office, I don't think he would have invaded that country because the other leaders didn't know what Trump would do. But with Biden, he almost kind of invited it. It's really weird. It's uh, it's totally weird. But he's definitely president of the United States, though. Biden is. He's just. I,
So how's Biden?
oh my
Since
God.
how's
Some of
how's
his
Biden?
some of his policies has messed up some of the economics over here in the states.
I think some
So
people don't like him.
yeah, well, you know what's funny? All the people that voted for him, all you hear is this: is crickets. Everyone who voted for him, that's all you hear. Well, I mean, they were so excited when they got him elected, but they had
Yeah,
no
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
And now what's funny, these same people that voted for him are having trouble at the gas pump, gassing up their vehicles. They're paying more for gas, food, their electricity, their home. And so they got to be really upset that they voted this guy in there.
That's
I didn't vote
that's
for him,
funny.
so
We
I
have
don't feel
saying,
bad. Yeah, I need to get
do
me a
not.
t-shirt. I need to get me a t-shirt that says I didn't vote for him. Don't get mad at me.
Mom Stella here says we have a saying here: do not poke a sleeping bear. So
Yeah.
it's like they are very quiet, but once you attack
Oh yeah.
them, so they will fight for
Oh,
their lives.
oh, yeah. I think Russia's smart enough. Enough. Well, I hope they are because the United States. It's wild how they got pulled into the Second World War. The United States was trying to stay out of the Second World War, but it wasn't until Pearl Harbor got hit that they finally joined the war. So, and what's weird, the guy that led the attack on Pearl Harbor, he had studied in. He was a Japanese guy that studied in the United States, and he was urging his government not to attack Pearl Harbor. This guy, that Japanese guy that studied in the States, he was warning them about the United States. He said we should not attack Pearl Harbor. This general that had
Chin-
studied.
Chino Grijalva says, I didn't vote for him either.
Um, so once this general realized that they wanted to attack Pearl Harbor,
Bay Chief Mix TV, mega love shout out.
he decided to lead the attack. And then after the attack, after they did the attack, he said that famous line, "I'm afraid we've wakened a sleeping giant." So
I
yeah,
do not book a sleeping bear. I didn't vote for him either. Hello, watching host. Thank you, Bay
yeah,
Chief Mix TV. Thank you for coming. I didn't vote for any of them either.
yeah. It's you
So
know
imagine,
what? I
so
think they're afraid.
imagine,
I think they're afraid
imagine
of.
before the,
I.
imagine before the,
What were you gonna say?
I just want to say before the election, before the US election for presidential election, people, too many people are excited to vote Biden, but
Hmm.
since Biden seated here as there as president, since people are so disappointed.
Hmm.
Yamamoto, ayan.
Well, a lot of the politicians tell the people what they want to hear, and then oh, I will say this: he did do everything he said he was going to do if they voted him in. But I think these
Mhm.
people didn't realize how it was going to affect the economics of things. So I will say that he did do everything he said he was going to do, but it ended up screwing up our economics. So, but like I said, all you hear from those people now are crickets because they're not very happy either.
It was Admiral Yamamoto. Ayan, Bay Chief Mix TV, ayan. Tingnan ko yung ano mo, video mo.
But yeah, right
Um,
now the pressure's on Putin, and he's got pressure from home now, and now he's got international pressure from around the world. So
yeah.
but he's used to pressure. So, but the Russian people got to be just
You
shaking
know,
their head.
Biden is not like Trump because Trump seems very strong man. But Biden
Yeah,
seems, and since he's the leader
he's.
of
Mm,
US, seems very weak.
mhm. The only bad thing about having a leader like that, people forget
Mhm.
we have a military, and the military people, they don't care what background you're from, especially if the United States gets attacked. So even what the other countries got to realize about the United States, even if you have a mealy mouthed leader, it still has one hell of a military behind him. So hopefully the other countries don't forget that, you know. But I will say one thing about Trump: he kept us out of wars,
Mhm.
and he really scared the other countries because they didn't have no idea what he would actually do. So that's the other reason. And he was good at economics. Things were better economically under Trump.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
on top of that,
Com- compared
no
now.
no one tried to swallow up another country on his watch. So
Bay Chief Mix TV, I already sub to your channel and watch your video.
Hong Kong, they're trying to. They're so afraid that Trump's going to run again that they're trying to make it to where he's not allowed to. It's hilarious.
When is the next presidential election there in US?
2024, and they
24. Wait, you still have 2 years.
yeah.
Somebody messed up badly in Afghanistan and now we have Ukraine problem. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think that could have
Yeah.
spurred it too because of how we handled Afghanistan. Um, what I don't understand, we had our full military there. Why would you evacuate everyone first? Your military should be the last people to leave. And this makes me think these people have like shit for brains, and it sucks because they're in high positions. I mean, I'm a civilian, and even I know the military should be the last people to leave. So that he really, oh my God, these people are so stupid. I, I,
Look, say, Madam Stella says, 3 more years of our wonderful ice cream. Man.
Oh God, yeah. I
So,
don't know. Hey, Margaret Thatcher, you know, the prime when she was prime minister, Margaret Thatcher, she was a tough lady. So
mhm.
you can have a tough, strong woman, and she was. A lot of people didn't know what Margaret Thatcher was going to do. She was a
But
tough
why she
lady.
didn't run in the presidential election?
Yeah.
Did she? Did
No,
she
no, no,
run?
no, no. She was Margaret Thatcher was over Britain. She was the Britain prime minister,
Ah, in
and she
Margot, is it?
was, yeah, Margaret Thatcher. You got to look her up, man. She was,
Ah,
out of all the international women, she was the prime minister of Britain, and
oh,
man,
okay.
just a strong lady. I mean,
Let me see.
oh, I think the United States is going to have a female president. I don't know how when it's going to happen, but hopefully the. I would like to see the very first female president be a really strong lady, um, a no nonsense lady. I would love for that to be the first lady president.
I think there's
That.
another one president or prime minister. It's a lady who I think it's in Myanmar. Is it? Is it? I always
Hmm.
saw her in the
Yeah.
news.
See, the other countries got us beat as far as having the first female president. I wish the United
Oh, the
States had
Iron
already done
Lady.
that. Yeah, I
Mar.
wish the United States had had a. And there's plenty of qualified women that probably could run for the United States presidency.
Mm, one of the groups says pray for us po. They are just uh,
But yeah, the world's definitely not happy with what Russia's doing. And then, like I said, Russia's got to be very careful because the only thing I worry about is they successfully take over that country and it does become a part of Russia. And who's to say they won't get hungry again and
not
try and do it again?
not
Yeah.
Hillary.
Oh
Which
no.
one?
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah. I hope
I've
it.
been seeing who's the other president
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
Trump?
Um. Um.
Obama,
Oh, Obama. He got
right?
elected twice.
Obama.
He got elected
I
twice.
I think I like this guy most than
Yeah.
Trump
Oh
and
yeah.
Biden.
Yeah.
I like this African.
Yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
African? Seems
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
get a blood. Yeah.
Yeah. He had a white mommy and a black dad.
Oh.
Yeah. And
By me just like Obama, I guess yes, man.
yeah, they elected him twice. And what's funny, when he took over the reins, the economy was not doing well. He had to rescue the economy.
Bukid
Obama
this
actually
way we
did.
can have shout out.
Obama had to take some wild measures to rescue the economy.
Mhm.
So when he first became president, he had a crisis on his hands. So a lot of people forget that he actually brought America back from economic. He saved America from economic collapse. So
Hopefully have a peaceful Ukraine. Yeah. Everyone prayed for this. 16 like, oh, thank you, Bukid Tisoy.
I will say this: if Corona had not happened, I think Trump would have got elected. If the Corona incident, and he almost still won, even though the Corona went on. But yeah,
Trump is better than Biden.
yeah, I honestly felt that if he had not had that crisis going on, he probably would have won the presidency.
And what
It,
this Biden tend to do about Ukraine? Is
yeah.
there any measures that Biden uh extend any help to Ukraine?
Um, yeah, there's always back channels that I'm sure they're working right now for Ukraine. I
Biden
think
and
in
Obama
I
are
think
total, yes.
I think from the Ukrainians' point of view, especially the Ukrainian president, he probably felt the world acted a little slow
Mm.
towards helping them out. And now Putin's called the world on its bluff. It's now gone in there. But like I said, Putin's got to be careful now that he's invaded this country. He's got to be really careful how he has his. And what's funny is he's going to be responsible for everything his military does. So the world's going to hold him responsible.
Loan from Bukid Tisoy. Loan from Bukid Tisoy.
Hey, what's happening?
Hello, C. Yeah, Bukid. So you can drop your link, Bukid. So guys, you can drop your link. So our friends will connect with you.
But yeah,
Just type HK.
I really hope all the back channels. I hope the United States, along with the other countries, are talking to Ukraine in the back channels. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
trying to talk to Russia as well. Um, they got to really put pressure on the Russians to let them know this was a very bad idea.
What United Nation is doing about it?
I'm sure they're doing back channels as well.
Yeah, maybe they try to.
See, a lot of these back channels are trying to save face for the other countries too, and um, like I said, this will be really wild if water resources was one of the cause of this thing
Of
coming to
theirs.
this. Yeah, that'll be
Oh.
a trip if that's what it was. We're so smart as a species. It's really when I see
So
us
what
go
do?
to war. When I see us go to war over stupid shit, I
Hi,
just
Chino. Wait, hold on.
we're so much smarter as a species.
Hi, welcome.
Hello.
My favorite YouTuber.
Hey,
Hi,
how's
hi,
it going?
How's it
Chino.
going?
Yeah, it's
Going
better
Um,
good.
you are here,
you
guys, to talk
know,
about.
the truth is, Obama
Mhm.
was a yes man to Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
And basically, he was running the country through her, meaning that he was listening to her.
Hmm.
Oh,
So that way, Hillary Clinton can be voted the next year.
Yep. I don't know if the Democrats can stomach. I think the only bad thing about them, I mean, yes, she's got name recognition, but she's already proven that she can lose to Trump. So I don't know if I was the Democrats, I would try to really choose a young. Uh, uh, I view myself more as far as politics. I view myself more as a independent that leans towards conservative and Republicans.
Yeah,
But
I'm dependent.
yeah, if I was the Democrats, though, I would try to find me a Democrat that has a partial military background, who's also to the center. I'd try to find me a Democrat that's to the center. I think that's why Biden got won his party's
See,
thing.
Biden got voted because he was bringing out guns kill. Well, guns do kill, but it's not the gun that's doing the thinking. It's the people. It's the person
Right,
behind the gun.
right, and this is where the safety's at on a gun, right? People using
Yeah,
their heads, right? Yeah. Um. Oh,
and
what's and you know
Biden,
how
Biden's just another yes man.
well, I
mhm.
think Biden, but if you also remember, Biden tried to make people think he was going to be to the center and not to the far left at all. And but he did do everything he said he was going to do when he got in office, and it's done is ruin the American economy. So
Yeah, the economy can be fixed
yeah,
easily,
yeah,
and there's one way to fix it,
yeah,
and that is bring back jobs that were helping out the United States.
yeah. See what I
That's it.
liked, what I loved about Trump, he these companies they wanted to take their jobs and go work in the other countries. He wouldn't argue with them. He said that's fine, but you're going to pay a price for that. And then
Yeah,
Mhm.
some of them
he
started bringing their companies back. So,
yeah he made the way he did it is he if you leave, he's going to charge you a tax.
right, right. You're
If you
gonna
come back,
yeah,
he's going to fix that tax.
right. Or if you're gonna try and sell your goods back when it's been built in another country, you're gonna pay for that as well. So here's what I liked, and I think he made other world leaders. He told other leaders he's definitely going to put America first. But then he said that anyone who's leading their country should want to do that, put their own country first. So I think
I
I
vote
think
for
world
my own
leaders
country, right?
understood that the fact that I just love that we did have a president that cared about the country and wanted to put it first. And here's what I don't understand.
Look at this first, guys.
Oh,
My favorite YouTuber says, um, I voted for my younger brother. I wrote his name in, took a pic. He posted it on Facebook. Why was
oh,
a good
that's cool.
vote?
Sis,
Uh,
you want to hear something funny?
I actually think that's
What's
cool, even if you
This is
think your
funny.
vote's
In the
wasted.
United States, you can put a dog or a cat to run for president, and it's true. Many people have done it.
Here's what I don't understand. Once a party does get into the presidency or wins a lot of seats in Congress, I, I, I think the American people do vote their pocketbook, and I don't know why these two parties don't understand that. America votes its pocketbook. So if you bring jobs, lower taxes, uh, don't have too crazy of regulations, I think if both parties would wake up and just do those things, I think they would be, they'd probably have longer careers in Congress, and then they'd probably have longer careers in, or they'd win more chances to win the White House. So I just don't understand why they don't understand that the population votes its pocketbook. If you
Yeah,
end, yeah, if you
that's
end up,
true.
yeah, if you end up staying in their pocketbook, they're probably going to vote you out. But here's what I don't understand: and both sides have been guilty of this. I've seen politicians guilty of this on both sides. They will promise the world, and then they'll get in there, and then they'll kind of do business as usual. And what I think people need to do is keep a track record of these people that don't do or help out their places that voted them in, so that they vote them out. That I think
The,
that's what the electric needs to do. The people that do the voting, they need to always stay aware of who's doing what, and then if they're not really helping out the United States or making things better, then vote those people out. Because when you think about, the voters are responsible; they're the one that put the people in there. So I think voters got to take more charge in educating themselves, because
yeah,
we're eventually at fault because we put those people in power.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's funny now because supposedly the people are the we're supposed to be like this, okay? The people in the United States is the government, but we have no
Mhm.
say so.
Well, if you look at how the Constitution was written, it was written to tell the government how it needs to run and how it needs to be towards its people.
Hmm.
It was never meant, the government gets its power from the people. So,
Yeah,
and what's weird, a lot of
and
these career,
we're losing that power now.
yeah, well, a lot of the I call them career politicians. But you know what's funny? They end up coming out a lot wealthier after they've served a bunch of time. They end
That's
up writing books and go on book deals, and
you know what that falls on us because um everybody liked, well, I shouldn't say everybody because look what happened.
right.
Like Donald Trump, he paid himself.
He didn't even, you know what he did with his presidential salary? He gave it to charity.
Yeah,
He's the only president I know that's done that.
and
So
that's what people like.
Hungary are buying energy from Russia. So Hungary makes Russia's rich and probably
Oh,
a good win. I
yeah.
think Philippines also gets something from Russia, like oil. I think
I
we
th-
owe with
I
the oil
think
from
Germany's
Russia.
got a. I think Germany has some deals with Russia, and of course, I'm sure Germany's not happy with. But Germany's, at first, when this first thing was starting to build up, Germany was kind of being quiet because they had business with Russia. So,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
the thing with the Ukrainians is that um, they want to pass um, oil through Ukraine, and they also want to take over their wheat farms because they can't grow wheat in Russia.
Mm.
See, and that's the problem.
See, I know I need to go back. I need to go back and study the history part of that region because at one time, I think before it became independent, it used to be part of Russia.
It used to be
Yeah,
part of Russia,
yeah,
but they
Which
got away
one?
from Ukraine.
Oh,
yeah.
so
So,
they want Ukraine to get back now.
Yeah,
The
they want
constitution
that
has been
nation
changed.
back, but it already has its borders set,
hmm
But it has been amended, so it's
and
not
they
it's not
actually
easy for now for them.
they
hmm
actually attacked it a day before. They said
I,
so.
I did see a social media post that thinks the other thing that might have caused this was a water source that got dammed up by Ukraine, and that Russia wanted that water source.
Water
Wanted to
source,
enjoy
how
the.
how
It's a
much
Yeah,
the
huge.
cost of that water? Why they are?
Yeah.
that's why wheat grows there is because of the water source.
hmm
Mm,
They want everything that grows there, the
hmm
mm-hmm.
cattle, the everything. And supposedly, if you're um, if you're 18 and over, a male, you are not allowed to leave that country because Ukraine's gonna protect himself with the civilians too.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. This is when the buildup started happening. They started giving their civilians weapons, and also
Yeah.
they
oh
started
no,
training them in first aid and stuff. Yeah, but
I don't
then
like that idea.
yeah,
See, but the civilians are gonna be the last ones.
right. That's how it would be here in the states. If a country were to get past the American borders, there's tons of Americans that are armed to the teeth. They
Oh
would,
my goodness.
um, yeah.
It's a in the United States, it's supposed to be like that, but
Oh man,
Biden is taking our guns right. If you
Mm,
notice, little by little, the
mm.
American people are losing their rights that they were born with. It's not a privilege.
right.
You were born with those rights. You were born with, like they say, cops tell you, oh, it's a privilege to get a license. No, it's your God given right as a,
Yeah, to protect yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Some people don't get that. But I will say this: constitutional carry has now passed in a lot of states around the United States. That's where you don't have to have a permit to carry a gun on you. It's called
that's a, that,
constitutional carry, and it should have been that way a long time ago.
yeah, that's how it is in Arizona
Yeah, it should.
and Texas.
Yeah, it should get that way all over because it really was meant for to protect your own person. So, yeah, I'm definitely for that for sure.
Yeah, I'm for
Yeah,
that too.
yeah. I don't think you have to worry too much.
Hey Mark,
The
thank you
American
for
people
coming,
are
Mark.
the American people are pretty strong.
Come on, join us here,
I
Mark.
I do think what we do have to worry about is what's taught in our grade schools, high schools, and our universities. I think sometimes too many liberal ideas can be really taught in those institutions, and then we can't be surprised how our young people act. So yeah, we got to be careful what's being taught in education levels too.
I'm still
Yeah,
lucky in my
because
country.
ever since they separated, uh, see the reason they separate back in the old days, the church used to be a school.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
now,
it was shared. It was shared by both.
yeah. Now, see, even though I'm a spiritual cat and I have my own faith, I believe in God and I believe in a
Yeah,
personal God, I still love the
Mhm.
separation of church and state. And let me tell you this, I think it made us more religious by having a
Connie
separation
Mix
of church and
TV.
state.
Hello, mega love shout
oh,
Because,
out. Thank you
I
for
believe that too.
yeah,
But the thing there is a lot of people don't know is that's the reason why they separated state and church because they
yeah,
were being taught in the same place.
right. Well,
Mhm.
And
well, if you
uh,
remember, church was, I don't, if you remember some of the church's history, when it had absolute power, they were gangsters. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
they were taking people out for simply not believing. So a lot of people forget how gangster the church was when it had absolute power. So you can't forget that too. So
yeah. Here's
and
here's an example. Um, the the church. See, the Church of Roman Catholic.
hmm and that's my
They they
okay.
they they invaded a lot of countries.
Well, the Spanish Inquisition was kind of a black eye to the church, but but um, I think church is such a private thing for people individually with their own personal God. But
Yeah,
organized religion, oh my God, it's crazy what organized religion has done. I think that's why some people, uh, I mean, some people still participate in their organized religion, but they don't necessarily agree with everything that particular religion may say. Um, but they are worried about what it's done in its name, especially if they belong to that particular church. So
yeah. Like for years, the Roman Catholics don't get along with Catholics. The
mm,
Catholics
Mm-hmm.
don't get along with um, Christians. The
yeah,
Christians don't get along with um, what is that called? Holocaustal, I
yeah.
think it's called.
Oh, Pentecostal, yeah. Well, you know what the
Pentecostal.
hope of the Catholic Church is, don't you? They're hoping that the whole body of Christ unites and comes back into the Catholic fold. That's what the Catholic Church prays for from time to time, is that the body of Christ will become one and rejoin the Catholic Church.
Can't
I
carry
think
her
that's
emptiness now. Continuous. Oh, what's this, Mark?
See, with God, He has no preference.
Emptiness.
oh, I agree with that.
You know, if you're Pentecostal, if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, it don't matter to Him.
Yeah, the only thing I
Mm-hmm.
worry about is when individuals walk up to me and tell me that they know exactly what God's thinking, and I know that's impossible because I don't even know what God's thinking.
I don't
Yeah,
even know what He's
yeah,
thinking.
yeah, and that's my science side. I'm glad I have a spiritual side and also a science side.
Yeah,
My, yeah, so I think that's important to have those two sides together because one, um, but yeah, but you know what's funny? Even people that don't belong to a particular church, or even if someone has no faith at all, I still encourage them to do meditation and there's things you can still do even if you don't have any kind of faith at all.
you
Because
know
I because
when
I
you're in
want
this
people to still take care of themselves.
when you're in the service, that's the one thing they teach you: meditate.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
And the reason why is because it doesn't make you a statistic, meaning that
hmm
you won't get killed
hmm
because you'll
My
be
favorite
relaxed.
YouTuber here says in 2018, I drove my wife around the USA 36,000 miles. Every big city newspaper had the same headline but different stories
Oh, that's interesting.
from my favorite YouTuber.
Yeah, I can't be surprised by that because I think I was in a psychology class in high school where someone whispered a story. There was 30 of us in a room.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I
So
remember that.
so one person read the story, right? Like in black and white, read the story. And by the
Mhm.
time it got to the 30th person,
It
um,
changed.
yeah, yeah. Oh, characters were added. The
Excuse me.
story
That was
changed.
funny.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's wild. And a lot of
It's
people
like a
don't
game.
right, right.
Yeah. And
And
and the beginning of the story was the blue book is blue, not black.
right. Oh, there's a
At the end, it's become black.
I'm kind of a student of religion. There's two churches, there's two faiths I participate in. One's the Roman Catholic Church and the other one's the Baha'i faith. And I love what one of the messengers in the Baha'i faith said. His name was the Bab. And he referred to the resurrection at, a lot of world religions, when they, especially Islam and Christianity, when they refer to resurrection, they think of end of times and everything. Well, the Bob had a different view of resurrection. His view was God was sending a new messenger to the earth, and that was the resurrection. And so, like in the case of the Jewish people, when Jesus arrived on the earth, that was the Jewish people's resurrection, because Christ had appeared, a new manifestation appeared. And then in a case of Christianity, Muhammad appeared, and so that was the Christians' resurrection. And then in case of the Muslims, when the Bab
George.
appeared, that was the Muslims' resurrection. And then in case of Babis, when Baha'u'llah appeared, that was the Babis' resurrection. So each part of humanity has had different resurrections, but what they didn't realize, it was a new manifestation of God that had arrived.
Yeah.
So, but I love the fact that he took a different take on resurrection. A lot of religions, I think it's the end of the world, where in other religions, a new manifestation of God is appearing to to bring forth new laws from God. So,
So is it written in the Bible that this Ukraine and Russia fighting with each other?
See, there's a lot. There's a lot. If everybody reads their Bible correctly, because over the years it was first written in Hebrew,
yeah, and
and
then
over
all,
the years it changed
yeah,
because we all speak different languages,
yeah, and
and the reason
Jesus,
why
yeah,
and the reason why we speak different languages is because the Tower of Babylon.
yeah,
The
and
Bible
Jesus,
was not wrote in English. English is only an interpretation in English. The words from long
yeah,
time ago do not mean the same today.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's right.
and Jesus spoke in Aramaic. And what a lot of people don't realize, some of the things that were written about Jesus was might be written 25 or 50 years later.
and it's
And
interpreted different.
then a lot of people don't realize the
Yeah.
Bible itself is actually a library of book written by different authors, and they didn't even
Yeah,
know who
as
the
time goes on,
author.
the
Yeah,
interpretation really
Yeah, they don't
changed.
even know who it is,
they don't
who
even
the
know who
author
wrote the
is.
Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were names they picked out that sounded familiar. Uh, so they actually gave names to the authors. They don't even know who the authors were that wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They just gave them popular names.
Hmm.
But really, the Bible itself is a library of books. I love pointing that out to people. It's
Yeah,
written by different authors. But I will say this about the different Bibles you can buy: it will tell you who they were talking to, like what period of people they were talking to. Like in the little cliff note areas, it explains
yeah. At that
kind of,
time,
yeah, well, it explains the passage, and they will tell you the audience who they were talking to at that time.
uh huh.
Now I do think we can glean things from it that benefits our lives. Like being kind to others, take care of the poor, take care of the widow, be kind to your fellow man. So I do think there's things we can learn. And then I think God just wants us to. I mean, yes, God wants us to worship Him, but I think He also wants us to have us take care of one another. Or look out
Yeah,
for each other.
it's like I tell everybody, love is the key. And
But
what I
guys,
mean,
nowadays, instead of holding the Bible, they are holding guns. So
yeah,
that's the reason why a lot of countries now are fighting with each other. So Bible is not in their vocabulary.
Well, here's what I love: the part that is in there. It says, "Harden not your hearts." And I think when men pick up stuff before talking with one another or recognizing each other's hearts, I think that's
Mhm.
where conflict can happen. And what did Yoda say? Greed, conflict, jealousy, these are all part of the dark side and will forever
Yeah.
control your destiny. Um, um, yeah, the Bible warns about that. When it warns nations about, you know, if you go about things the wrong way, you can end up hurting your nation a whole lot, and also hurting your fellow citizens too. You know.
and I want to be honest about this. In the Bible, it does not say about borders.
You know what I love about the people out in space when they're on the space station and they look down on the Earth as a beautiful blue marble? That's one of the first things they say. They you don't see no borders. You just see one humanity living on a planet. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and but I do think borders are important though, in the sense that um, I mean you got to have rule. I think that's where the nations got rule of law is from their scriptures. So I do think you got to have borders, but just because you have borders doesn't mean you're not going to invite people in to join your society. You know,
Exactly.
So but but I think one of the things that has made America great is its immigration. I do, when people immigrate to the United States legally and go about and they end up fulfilling their dreams, man. They I do think people can go about it the correct way though and have a better time of it.
My
Like
favorite
like
YouTuber says, I have the new strongest exhausted concordance of the Bible to look up what the meaning of words are in the Bible.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I don't know if you guys remember this, but if you look back on, if you click on some of the YouTube videos and talk about the early days of the
Mm-hmm.
church freaked out when they were going to translate the Bible into English so that the modern person could read it themselves. The
Mm-hmm.
church got so mad at because it was taking their power away because the people were then starting to read it for themselves. And yeah, the church got really upset because they were the main interpretations, or they knew the Latin that was in the Bible. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that took away some of the power of the church when people could read it for themselves. The church was not too happy about that. But I thought that was wild that the church wanted people to be ignorant of it. That kind of blew my mind away. Yeah,
Yeah, because sometimes church can make you go other way instead of the truth. Sometimes
right.
the church can make
my
you.
my family, my parents, my sister, my nieces and nephew, they're all Catholic.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and just to give
When
you fair warning, I'm a former Catholic, and I also almost sold all my stuff and went into the priesthood. So you're talking. I just want to tell you my background.
and
You,
I ever since I was younger, I was always with my grandma, and she went to a Christian church,
mm,
and she told me it doesn't matter what religion you're in. All
yeah,
that
that's right.
matters is that you believe in God.
Yeah.
And I kept that until one day I met a I met a guy that was he didn't believe in God or none of that and this and that. That's the way he explained.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? You have your beliefs and I
Hey,
have mine.
Adrian, what's up?
I cut him short because in the Bible, you read the Bible too, and it says right there, don't preach those to who don't want to listen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dust your feet off and go your way.
Hmm.
You know what I like in the Bible? It says, "Go into a closet. Don't let anyone see you praying, so that your Father in heaven can see your Father in heaven sees what you do in private." So
Yeah,
that was my or how I interpret that is you don't always have to put your faith out there on a pedestal for all to see. It does say you'll still get a reward for that if you do that, but actually it's funny. It was encourage you to keep private your faith and to go into. But then there's parts where it does say you to share your faith too. So it's got two messages going on there. Your
I
faith
I
can
shared I shared my faith, and I didn't know this, but some guy showed Alex. He showed me a
mhm,
gathering of four or more
I
is
am there.
considered a church.
Yeah, Adrian, that's right.
Where two are gathered in my name, I am there. I love that passage.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that is so cool.
Oh, I have a wild story to tell you. There were I can't remember what the country it was, but there were these Muslim I think they were Muslim ladies. They were held captive somewhere, and they had
Mm.
been praying to Muhammad for about a year to get released. And finally, one of them had the idea that says, "You know what? Why don't we pray to the Jesus that the Europeans pray to?" They said, "Jesus that the Europeans pray to, if you can get us out of this, please help us out of." And they ended up getting rescued 3 weeks later.
Yeah, I heard
So
about that.
yeah, it's on TikTok. It talked about him. Yeah, that kind of blew me away.
You know,
Now, was that coincidental? Sure, that could have been coincidental, but them ladies will never forget that they prayed that way. So,
you know, I, my nieces and nephew tell me, "Oh, why don't you pray for a better life?" And I go, "Did you know in the Bible it says that men are meant to suffer?"
yeah, it doesn't guarantee happiness, though, right?
Yeah, it doesn't guarantee happiness.
Matter of fact, it
Yeah.
does say we're still going to suffer. It does say that in the Bible. But
And then
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and then I tell them, "Did you know why women have their period?" And they said, "No." Why? It says it in the Bible. Women are meant. How do you? Let's see if I can remember it. Women are meant to do that to remind them of life is not. Well, I'll put it this way: life is not all what it seems to be.
Or life is not a picnic.
Yeah,
Hello, Kuya Mike.
the same thing with guys. Guys are meant to work as it says it in the Bible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Meant to work.
There's a Baha'i YouTuber. There's a couple Baha'i YouTubers that kind of explain things from a Baha'i perspective on the Bible. And the Adam and Eve story, they view that story as an analogy, not as a literal historical thing that happened. And some of the priests and clergy are, when they're in their seminaries, they're even taught that that's an analogy, that it's not a literal thing that happened. But yet they get up in the pulpit and teach it as though it's a literal, actual thing that happened. And what's weird is people have really run with that particular analogy of the woman, Adam and Eve, and
Yeah,
the apple, and don't go to that tree, and don't take a bite of that apple. A lot of people are taught from when they were really little that that's a story that actually happened. And in a lot of theology school, they teach it as an analogy. It shouldn't be taken as a literal historical thing that actually happened.
Yeah.
And what's terrible is women been treated bad just for that story. So that really sucks. So if I was a chick, I'd be really upset about
So
that.
let me read this first.
Yeah.
My favorite YouTuber says, I like the book, The Case for Christ, and by Lee Astrobel. His Ivory League lawyer started as unbeliever and become a believer in Christ after writing the book. Oh, that's good.
Oh, cool.
And hello, Kuya Mike. Welcome.
You know
Thank you
what's
for coming.
funny? Even though, even the Baha'i faith is the only religion I know that recognizes it recognizes Christianity. It recognizes the sonship of Christ, but it also recognizes Muhammad, the Bab, Baha'u'llah, and it also recognizes Buddha as a legitimate spiritual path. Now, I think
Seems
that's yeah, I think that's different from. I don't think the Christians and Jews and Muslims recognize Buddhism as a legitimate path, but the Baha'i faith actually recognizes Buddha as a manifestation of God. But I don't think the other religions do. But
there is a
anyways,
difference in murder and kill. Self-defense is not a murder. They change the definition to suit themselves. It's from Mark Twitt.
cool. But
Yes.
even though I'm not a Buddhist, I really like some Buddhist writings and Buddhist thoughts. And
I think whatever religion you have, I think if you believe, a lot of religions, right? There's a lot
right,
of religions, but
right,
you, I think we just believe in one. They will just
yeah,
believe that there is only one God. So whatever religion you
right.
may in, but God is there's only one God, just
Oh yeah,
in different
Yeah,
names,
yeah,
like
and that's
Muhammad,
right,
like
in different
right.
names.
Yeah,
different names. Yeah.
yeah. I will say that about Judaism, Christian, Islam. They pray to they believe in just one God, and Baha'is believe in just one God. And
Mm.
but then you got some religions that pray to many gods. And you know what's weird? During ancient times, that was not a weird thing to pray to many different gods. That's actually what the pluralist kind of gods. That was really common, and it's so funny when the church, when it was, bringing people into the Christian fold, the church or the Roman Catholic Church. Um, they acknowledged some of the different pagan things that were going on. It was wild. It was because Catholics pray to saints, and so that's interesting. But also they also pray to Mary too. But then they also pray to God and Jesus. What's funny, when I was Catholic, I only had to worry about one apologetic, and that was for the Catholic Church. And then when I became a Baha'i, I had to learn a whole bunch of apologies for both Islam. Well, I had to learn for apologies for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Babiism, and also the Baha'i faith, and then even apologies for Buddhism too. But see, when I was only Catholic, I only had to worry about one apologetic, and that was
Science
the
today
Catholic
can
Church.
measure the difference a payer makes.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
funny that they say that, because Baha'is believe in the oneness of science and religion, and I think it was to get rid of superstitions that can sometimes be found in religion. So science is important in that aspect, you know.
Yeah, there's also a what is it? Scientific church.
Oh my God, the one that isn't science, it's got science in its name, but they're not science at all. I want to say Scientology.
Something like that. I don't even
Yeah,
remember the name.
it's really spooky. It's
Some actors are into it,
oh
and
yeah. Well, what they do is they really cater because they want to bring them into the fold, and it's yeah, that's yeah. I'd run away if I ran into a person that's from there.
So we have
it's,
learned a lot tonight in my
it's
time.
like I had a Mormon come to my door. I mean to my fence because I locked my fence.
Oh, they started looking at their watch when I talked to them, because I talked to them for almost an hour, and they were like, "Oh, we got to knock on other doors, Jr. We'll see you later." It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't. I try not to make them leave,
Yeah, I talked them to
and
death, and they end up
yeah,
running away from me.
because they asked me, "Do you have time?" Oh, I have plenty of time in the world.
I love it.
And the thing that I asked, he asked me, "Oh, you don't know when the end of the world is because you brought up the end of the world. That's why I called in."
Right,
And
right.
I said, "Oh yeah, I do." Here it goes. The end of the world is when I die.
It's the end of your
W-
world.
Yeah. I. What do you mean? I won't exist.
Oh, I have a sweet story to tell you that kind of matches what you're talking about. Um, it's a beautiful story. Um, uh, Buddha is like 80 years old, and um,
Hey, it's Sangma. Hello,
this
making a
real
shout out,
this
bro.
real Buddha's like 80 years old. His back is hurting. He's feeling his frailty. Buddha can sense his time on this earth is at near. And then this poor person
Thank
offers
you
him
for
this
the thumbs
food,
up.
and this it's said that Buddha knew that this
Gabriel,
food that
good
was
morning,
offered to
friend.
him
Like,
was
thank
actually
you.
spoiled, but he didn't want the poor person to feel bad, so he ate it anyways. And then the other reason he ate it is because he knew
Gabriela, thank you
his
so
time
much.
was near. Anyways, he lays down. He asks to be placed on his side. He's laying down. They're all crying because they don't know what they're going to do, because Buddha's getting ready to go into the next world. And then he explains to him. He left them a teaching that can be their teacher, but also that they need to be teachers unto themselves. And it's really beautiful. what he did.
Mm,
Basically, he was
Yeah,
taking his own death and making a teaching out of it, which was cool.
that's
somebody's
like
knocking your door.
Oh, go ahead.
that's like the one that I heard years ago, and it's funny how you remember these stories. And Buddha was walking, and another guy was walking that was uh, um, not Buddha, but Buddhism. They were walking, and they were getting to a river, and a lady goes, "Help me across the river." So one of them says, "Okay, jump on my back." She jumped on his back, and he got him. He got her across the river. After the lady left, the other guy tells him, "You let a woman touch you and this and that and blah blah and blah blah. That's we're not supposed to do that and this and that." And he goes, "You know what? You have a dirty mind because she's on your mind more than she is on mine." And I always remember that one
That's super cool.
because the thing is, as a child, you do think dirty first.
What I will share with you a Baha'i thing that kind of changed my mind about that. It said, it's a Baha'i hidden word that says, "I created thee noble. Why dost thou abase thyself?" And the way I interpret that is, we're not really born sinners. We're actually born noble. And that as we grow up, we learn about sin and then become
Yeah,
a sinner. So maybe our
I
true
believe in
nature,
that.
so maybe our true nature is nobility, but we just forgot it while we were growing up learning all this other crazy stuff. So,
It's
so yeah, I believe you're not actually born a sinner. I actually believe you were born noble, and that you learn sin later down the road.
it's like I tell people, love is the key. We are born from love.
Hmm.
We are made to love, but other people show us hate, and that part comes out where all these negative people come out. But
Oh,
Guys,
if you stay,
I dropped some links here. If you have time, guys, please to connect with this. This is really very, very big channel. They can help you guys.
cool.
If, yeah, this I still dropping. Okay, go on.
and
Kids are
if
Cool.
programmed
you
by what you watch.
if you
Okay.
think if you think negative, you're gonna be a negative person yourself
Oh, I agree
because
with that.
you
Yeah,
suck all that in. So it's up to you. When I say you, I'm talking to whoever's listening.
right. Here's been my philosophy in life. Um, people, places, and things and stuff that we acquire in our life, they can bring us temporary happiness, but I don't think it brings us long lasting happiness. I think as individuals, we need to cultivate that peace and meditative and happiness within ourselves. And
Yeah, that's
sometimes
what I
it's
was gonna say.
yeah, and sometimes it's better if we do that before we even run into people. Cultivate peace within ourselves. But I believe true inner happy peace.
Be
Believe
careful
we're
what you think your
responsible.
thoughts run your life. From my
Yeah,
favorite YouTuber.
yeah. I
And
believe we're
it's like when I was in the service, uh, I was asked one time, "What would
Mhm.
make you negative?" And I answered, "Nothing." And they go, "What do you mean nothing?" And I go, "The thing is, I'm a positive person. It's other people that make me negative. It's other people that have me think negative." They go, "What do you mean?"
Mhm.
Okay, I woke up happy. It's other people that make it a miserable life.
I saw a cool thing on TikTok that refers to yourself as a spiritual warrior, and it says, "Be careful what you say internally to yourself, because your spiritual warrior is listening to you."
Yeah,
I thought that was very profound. We have to be, and I urge my family and friends to be very careful what they say to themselves, because they can really internalize that
I,
self-talk.
I, I tell my family the same thing. I say, look, when
Some say
you,
trash in, trash out.
Yeah, I've heard that saying.
I tell my family, when you leave your house, look at the sky and thank
Hmm.
God for another beautiful day, even though it's a bad
That's
day.
right.
Oh, when Buddha was on his deathbed, he was wishing he could have another 80 years of life because he found life very sweet. And he was kind of sad that he was leaving the world because he really he really he definitely looked at the beauty of people in the world. The Buddha did, and he also recognized people suffering as well. But I love that he wanted to live another 80 years because he had enjoyed he enjoyed walking in meditation, enjoyed uh, counseling people. Uh, uh, he really enjoyed being compassionate with all living creatures that came across his path. It was really cool. And it's funny he wanted to live another 80 years because he found this life to be sweet.
Oh, excuse me. Drinking coffee.
I'm just finished. I I'm about to finish my tea, milk tea.
But yeah, I do really, whenever I'm talking to my
So
daughter,
it's nice talking with you guys,
yeah,
and it's nice.
she froze up.
I think she said it was nice talking to us.
Yeah, she said it was nice talking to us.
That's all I heard because and then she froze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she'll probably come.
I have a I'm a single parent of three kids,
Oh man,
and
you're busy.
yeah, and I taught them um the revelations,
Cool.
and I told them, look, it's not going to take you forever to read this, but it's going to take you forever to finish this.
Oh
I said,
wow.
Dad, they go, Dad, what are you talking about? The Bible. Every time you read the
I
Bible, it changes.
I think that every day for my son. I'm going on 59 years old. My son is 6. Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh, so you get married very late? Hey, Tony. Good evening. Good morning to you. Is it
but
morning, right?
I love stressing to my family as far as my own personal philosophy. People, places, and things, they don't bring me really long happiness and internal happiness. That's something you have to cultivate inside yourself. You really have
Yeah,
to. Uh,
that's the same thing I tell my
the
kids, but not
all
like that,
yeah,
differently.
all these things are so temporary. People, places, and things. At first, or I just think we're all personally responsible for our own happiness. I don't think we should throw that on our family. I don't think we should throw that on our wife or our husband or our boyfriend or girlfriend. I think you got to
Yeah,
build it with
that's
inside
true.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I
that's
believe in that.
Like
yeah. It's
I've been separated since 2003.
oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
have I have not been in a relationship with a female.
until now.
No, not even now.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
And
you're taking your time. That's fine.
yeah, and I choose to be like that because my happiness is my
It's not
kids.
the. Oh,
Oh,
so how many
that's
kids you
sweet.
have?
I actually have four
Oh wow.
Mm, that's
from
cool.
three different moms.
Oh, you were busy.
Oh,
Cool. That's good.
Well, I wasn't busy. I was just trying to find the right one.
I
No,
I
I'm
I
just
I,
playing.
I know.
but
I shouldn't have
but
said it
you
that
leave,
way. I
but you
said
leave a
that.
mark.
I mainly said that to make you laugh. That's beautiful though, because
Yeah, yeah.
you got four amazing kids out of it. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Out
and
of the mother.
my 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 I could tell because I told my sister, I know which of your kids you love more and which one you love less.
Mhm.
Oh,
So where are
And
are
she,
your kids now?
oh, they're
Are you?
adults now, but they're still my
Oh,
kids.
oh,
oh yeah, of course, of
they'll always
course.
be
Yeah,
your
always.
babies. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
and I told
Don't
my
stop
sister goes,
trying.
"Who do you love less? Who do you love more? It's impossible. I love them all the same."
It shouldn't be like I love the first one. I love most the second one. It should be the same.
Right.
Yeah, I love them all the same. And she kept telling
I
me, "No, you don't. You no,
or or you could
I help them all the same.
or you can say I love the one the most who doesn't drive me the nuts the most.
I
I'm just
love the one that I used to play with my kids and tell them,
yeah.
you need to grow up, get a job, and move out."
I was married the first
Oh
time for 20 years from my favorite YouTuber. Oh, that's good.
oh, see, I was the opposite. My daughter, who's in her 20s, I tried to get her to stay at home until she got rich, but now she's going to move out to California. I'm going to miss her a bunch, but I'm so excited for her because I
Oh, she's not there with you.
Does that mean
well
she got
no
rich? No, I'm just playing.
well no. Let's say this: she has a fat bank account
I
before
think
she's
the
moving
rest he
out.
must be exhausted
Oh, she
Uh,
trying.
did good then.
yeah, she did good. She graduated from a major university, became in business, and has now done really well for
Oh,
herself.
that's good.
I this Saturday I'm taking him
Uh,
to go fly out to California. So
Tony
Yeah,
here says,
my oldest son is a chef. I mean, not a chef, prep cook,
oh, uh-huh.
and he tells me he feels like a chef,
Hmm.
and I go, I could tell because of your size, his gut,
yeah,
and I go, that's from tasting all your food, right? And he goes,
yep.
yeah, you probably admitted, and he lives in Chicago. My my older daughter lives here, and then my third oldest lives in Chicago, and my son, it's 2021, lives with me.
Oh, cool.
Mm, mm. I love my 6 years old more. It seems like I tell him he's my favorite. He's the best. He's my world today. I will take him to the park to play because he's only one now. So that's why you can say
Oh, yeah, that's true.
because there is no competition with this because he's the
yeah,
only one.
my
And Tony says, I think he needs rest.
yeah,
He must be exhausted trying. It's
my
Margina.
my daughter makes me laugh because she thinks if I'd had 7 or 8 kids, I'd let her do dangerous stuff, and I told my daughter it just doesn't work that way.
Chefs always have tempo on TV.
Yeah, I used to tell my kids, you don't keep me on my toes, I keep you on your toes.
Hell, my mom passed away a few years back, but when she was alive, she prayed for us boys all every day. So it was kind of nice knowing someone was praying for me every day. It was really cool.
Yeah, I get along more with my dad than I do with my mom. Sad to say, but I
Yeah,
tried. And
I
I finally told my dad, look, I'm 55 years old and she's still treating me like if I was 18. She still argues with me. I mean, it's like
a mama's
I
love.
told my dad the truth. I go, there's no love there.
Oh, I don't know though. I don't get along with my dad because he acts special, but I still love my dad.
Roxine, hello, make a
I
love shout out.
I still love my dad even though he acts special, and he had different life experiences than I did. He went in the Marine Corps at age 17. He probably went to Vietnam when he was only 19 years
I'm good,
old.
Roxine. Thank you for coming.
But I love my
Yeah,
dad.
I don't remember what time my dad went, how old he was when he went to Vietnam.
Yeah, I love my dad to death. I my spiritual side still, even though he's acting special and we're not talking, I still love my dad. I have nothing but compassion thoughts for my father.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I told my dad, I go, I really love you guys so much
Mm-hmm.
that I'll be honest with you. I don't wish you the worst. I wish you the best.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my brother hasn't talked to my dad even longer than I have. And the reason my brother stopped talking to my dad is my brother just got tired of playing games. My dad would play too many games.
Yeah, my
But
dad plays games too.
yeah. But here's the important thing. We should still love our parents even if they still play games. But I will say this, just cuz someone's your parent doesn't mean just it doesn't mean you sometimes you've got to have loved ones at a distance
Yeah, I
if they
believe in that one
yeah
now.
yeah, if they can't act right or if they're really causing a lot of craziness in your
Drama.
life, yeah, sometimes you just got to love them from a distance, and I think that's okay because you want to have keep your peace of mind. And I even do that with friends. There's some friends I'll keep at a distance. This is if they're disturbing a peace of mind. I'll just go, okay, I'll just leave you over there to yourself. So, yeah,
Is it
sometimes you got to do that with family friends to save your own peace of mind, you know.
Yeah, that's I
look?
believe in that. That's why I stay away from my mom. I haven't talked to her in 4 years
Yeah, sometimes you got
Why?
to do that to save your peace of mind.
because she's so negative.
Oh, but though still a parents is a
You know, I,
parents.
I I love her to
Mhm.
death, and I love my dad to death.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad once in a while, you know, comes and says, "Hi, how you doing?" He calls me sometimes,
Oh, cool.
Oh,
but
my favorite YouTuber is hold on
the
guys.
kind the
My
kind of
30-year-old
game,
son been working on the oil drilling rigs in North Dakota for 10 years. His knees and back are oh still very
Oh,
young
wow.
to feel
Wow.
the pain.
That's hard work, though. It's hard
Yeah.
probably for them not to run into that.
yeah, the kind of game
I
my. Oh, go ahead, sis.
what kind of game your dad play? Is it
Well,
some
I had a 1951 Chevy that I
1951?
built that I built in when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got it painted, I got the interior done, I got the chrome strips, everything. And it was on my dad's name because I was younger. I was, gosh, like 15. And I finally finished it. And what he did is he sold it.
Hmm.
And it wasn't even his car to sell. It was my car. I just had it in his yard until I buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
So he sold it without asking me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh oh.
He asked me later, and I told him no. And then I went to his house, and I went outside to check on my car, and it was gone.
Poof.
So I told him, "Where's my car?" He goes, "Oh, I sold it. I needed the money." And he has a 1941 Chevy. He didn't sell his. He sold mine.
That's
That's a
Now,
bum.
that was ignorance on his part because if he needed the money that bad, I would have I would have said yes. But he didn't ask. He asked later.
he
And
asked
then
later when it's already sold.
yeah, and then I was going to buy a house. And when he found out what house and where it's at and this and that, he bought the house underneath me, meaning that he swept my feet off of it In other words, he said, "You ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna get it," and he did it again without asking.
Just don't tell him which house you like anymore.
So now I told my son, the next house I get, I swear it's gonna be far far away from them. I'm gonna live on the other side of town.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Star Wars, another planet.
Where are you at? I'm on Mars. I figure you weren't looking for property on Mars.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm not
funny.
I'm not even gonna tell him where I live. I told my
Wow.
son, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm tired. They always
Wow.
do that to me.
How old is your dad?
He's gonna be 70. I think 73.
Yeah, I think my dad's 75.
Still young.
Yeah,
My
Yeah.
dad is in her 70, I think 70,
Yeah.
71.
and my dad doesn't look his age. Like
My
me,
dad,
I don't look my
yeah,
age.
my
I'm
dad
I'm
doesn't either.
55, and people think I'm 35.
Yeah, my
Oh,
dad's
really?
75 and he looks like he's in his late
Thank
50s, early
thank you,
60s.
Mom. Made with love by Stella. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much for being here.
He's
Really
75
appreciate.
and
Thank you.
bicycles every day, my dad.
Yeah, I still ride bikes.
Bye.
Hey, sissy love, I'm going to go down, but thanks for having me up.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to end my
It was
live
nice
as
talking to
well.
you.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
it's nice
nice.
meeting
It's
you as
it's
well.
nice. It's nice hearing you guys all those opinions about everything about religion, about Ukraine, and about Russia. And
Cool.
thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, you guys. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you can stay with me again next time.
Cool. And thanks to
Thank
everyone
you
down
so
in the
much.
chat, too.
Yeah,
Thank you
and don't
so
forget
much.
to give a thumbs up.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like
So
Mama
guys,
H says, love, love,
love,
love,
love,
love,
love, love.
love.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day or night with you, everyone. Be safe and God bless us all. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah,
Thanks, Hong Kong.
bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you too. Bye.
Take care.
You too.